Okay, I think the problem has been solved, so the lag, I hope, has gone. Let's check and see. So here, I hope you guys were able to figure out the radian measure of the negative 330 degrees. So it's coming out to be negative 11 pi over 6. Okay, next thing, angle in standard position. So when do we say an angle is in standard position? Well, I can draw an angle anywhere. Okay, so for example, if this is 30-degree angle, I can draw it here. I can draw it like this. This won't be 30. I mean like this, about the same. So what is a standard position? So standard position is basically when the initial ray, when the vertex of the center coincides with the center of the unit circle, and then the initial side is coincides with the positive x-axis, which is our where we begin measuring our angle. It's the zero of our angle measure, this line, the positive x-axis, and then the terminal ray can be anywhere in the first quadrant, second or third or fourth quadrant, or it could be on the axis. So when the angle has the vertex at origin and the initial ray on x-axis, we say the angle is in standard position. Now, what are coterminal angles? Coterminal angles are angles whose, when they are put in the standard position, then their terminal ray coincides. Well, when we put them in standard position, initial ray is already coinciding or overlapping, because it has initial ray has to be, or initial side has to be on the positive x-axis, and the vertex must be at origin. So terminal ray could be anywhere, but if it coincides, then those two angles are called coterminal angle. For example, here on the side, you can see we look at the angle 45, and then look at the angle negative 315. Their terminal rays are coinciding. Also, the angle 405 degrees, the terminal ray is the same as the terminal ray of 45 or negative 350. So we can have coterminal angles which are positive in measure, or coterminal angles which are negative in measure. And you see we will have infinitely many coterminal angles. So how to find the coterminal angle? By adding or subtracting multiples of 360 degrees if the angle is in degrees, and otherwise if the angle is in radians, then we will add and or subtract multiples of 2 pi. Okay, so the next thing we are looking at is example 3, where it says find two positive and two negative angles that are coterminal with the given angle. So the first one is 135 degrees. So I will start adding 360 because this is degrees. So instead of adding 2 pi, I am adding 360, which is giving me 495 degrees. So this is one positive angle. So now second positive angle on the right, I am adding the multiple of 360, second multiple of 360, 2 times 360, right? So this will give me 855. Write it clearly. let's write it clearly. So it is equal to so 855 degrees. So this is the second positive coterminal. Now to find the negative coterminal, we will start subtracting multiples of 360. So I start with 360, 1 into 360. I get a negative angle, which is one of the negative angles I want, and then we do it another time. Now this time, instead of taking the initial given angle and subtracting second multiple of 360, what I did, I took the answer from the first piece and subtracted 360 from that, which is the same thing. Because if you had done 135 minus 2 times 360, you will end up getting 135 minus 720, which will give you 10 minus 5 is 5, 11 minus 12. 11 minus 3 is 720 minus 135. 11 minus 3 is 8, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So we get the same answer, 585 degrees. Okay, so you can do this either way. Looking at the next one, 13 pi over 6. Now 13 pi over 6, when I add 2 pi, gives me 25 pi over 6. And next one is when I add 2 pi into 2. So 13 pi over 6 plus 4 pi is giving me 37 over 6 pi. Now I try to find the negative angle. So those two were positive. So when I try to find the negative angle, and when I do 13 pi over 6 minus 2 pi, I am getting pi over 6 as the answer. This is a positive angle, okay? So that's what I was saying. Not always by subtracting you will get negative angles. Sometimes, depending on the size of the angle, the measure of the angle, because this one is bigger than 2 pi. That's why this is happening. So we can now discard this value. Where did it go? Yeah, we can discard this value, and we can put this in our positive angle. But it doesn't matter. If you keep that one, that's fine. You don't have to take the consecutive ones. Anyhow, so now to find the negative, I have to take the other, or the next multiple of 2 pi, which is 2 times 2 pi. And it gives me negative 11 over 6, 11 pi over 6. And then we can take the next multiple of pi, which will be 3 times 2 pi, which is 6 pi, and subtract it from the given angle, which is 13 pi over 6. And we end up getting negative 25 pi over 6. The next example is asking whether you can tell if the given angles are coterminal or not. How would you check that? Well, you will add and check if the answer is a multiple of 2 pi or 360. If not, then subtract the angles. If you get a multiple of 2 pi or 360, yes, they are coterminal. If you don't get a multiple of 3 pi or 360 or 2 pi, we say the angles are not coterminal. So let's look at example. So we have given these two angles. First, let's just add. When I add them, I get 43 pi over 3. Now, that is not divisible by 43 is not divisible by 3. So we cannot do anything, but this shows us that the angle is not a multiple of 2 pi. Now we subtract and we get, because the denominator is common, so we just have to, in the addition case, we just have to add the tops, numerators, and in this case, second case, we have to just subtract the numerator. So I end up getting 21 pi over 3, which means 7 pi. So now you can see there's 7 pi. This is a multiple of pi, but not a multiple of 2 pi. In order to be a multiple of 2 pi, the integer or the number here must be even. So the addition didn't give us a coterminal, and it didn't give us a multiple of 2 pi, and the subtraction didn't give us a multiple of 2 pi. So we say they are not coterminal. Looking at the next example, it's in degrees. So we adding, so 330 plus negative 30 will give me 330 minus 30, which is 300 degrees, which is not a multiple of 360. Then I subtract, so 330 minus negative 30, which becomes 330 plus 30, which is 360. So this is giving me multiple of 360, or exactly 360. So this we say that angles are coterminal. Next thing is find an angle between 0 and 2 pi, or between 0 and degrees and 360 degrees, that is coterminal with the given angle. How do we do this one? Well, we basically do what the opposite of what we do to find coterminal angles. So to find coterminal angles, we add or subtract. We add or subtract the multiples of 2 pi to get the angle, coterminal angle. So here we kind of do the same thing. If the number is positive, we will subtract multiples of 2 pi, and if the number is negative, we will add the multiples of 2 pi. So here, first example, I have 1270 degrees. So I start by subtracting 360, first multiple of 360. So we get 910. Now this is still bigger than 360. So we keep on subtracting 360 until we get an angle which is positive and which is less than 360. So, but note here, we do not do this, okay? That you get the answer 910 and you put 360 here and you get 850 and then minus and 550 and whatever. So don't do this. It's wrong mathematics. It will give you the correct answer, but the mathematics is completely wrong here. So you have to go to the next line to do the next check. So next, 910 minus 360. Okay. So again, see, instead of, okay, this is not looking correct, right? Because 910 minus 360 will not give me 8. It will give me 4 something. Okay, let's check. 910 360 11, okay, 8 minus 550. So this is giving us 550. This is not clearly written. 550 degrees. And then the next one is wrong. Then probably this is wrong. Okay, so we will take the 550 and subtract 360. Now 550 subtract 360. 15 minus 6 is 9 and 4 minus 3 is 1. So we are getting 190 degrees. So this is the angle we want. So this is the angle which is between 0 and 90 and is positive. Okay. Okay. Now the question didn't say whether to find the angle, coterminal angle that is negative or that is positive. So it just asks us you to find an angle between 0 and 2 pi or 0 and 360 that is coterminal. So this is a correct answer. Okay. Now if you go and subtract one more times, then the angle is, but this is telling us that angle has to be positive. Okay, so the next one is the negative 17 pi over 4. So I have done it here, but let's do it again. So negative 17 pi over 4 plus 2 pi. That's how I will start. Because it's a negative angle, we must add. So it will give me negative 17 pi plus 8 pi over 4. So which is going to give me 17 minus 8 is 9. So negative 9 pi over 4. Okay. So we take negative 9 pi over 4 and add 2 pi to it. We end up getting negative 9 pi plus 8 pi over 4, which is going to give me negative pi over 4. So again, this angle is within 1 unit circle, but it is negative. We want it between 0 and 2 pi. So this is not between 0 and 2 pi. So we have to go one more time. Seven pi over 4, and so this is the correct answer. So that's it for section 6.1, and now we will see what happens in section 6.2.